Man, it's so windy out here and our mom didn't even give us a jacket. Maybe her nagging isn't so bad after all. Who am I kidding? Hello everyone, I am ThirdMarioBrother and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon HeartGold. In the last episode, we began the game and picked up our starter Pokemon, Gatorade, the awesome Totodile, along with heading off to Mr. Pokemon's house, meeting Professor Oak, and a whole bunch of other stuff that isn't important right now because we are on the verge of beginning our Pokemon journey for real and heading off toward the first town with a gym. But first, let's say goodbye to our mother. It's only good that we do that, considering we didn't want to listen to her telling us to bring a jacket and stuff. How are you, Mom? So, you're leaving on an adventure. Okay, I'll help too, but what can I do for you? I know, every time you receive prize money, I'll save some of it for you. On a long journey, money's important. Do you want me to save your money for you? What, you think I'm not responsible enough, Mom? It's not like I took out a 10,000 Pokédollar loan from a loan shark the other day. Yes, we'll have her save some money for us. Okay, I'll take care of your money. Be careful. Pokemon are your friends. When you work as a team, you can accomplish anything. Now, go on. I don't know what that last statement had to do with saving our money, but our mom will save some of it for us. We can withdraw from her, use her as a bank, I suppose, at any time, and she'll buy us useful items along the way. But hey, it's Lyra and that little pillow-looking thing. There you are. Brian, you can catch wild Pokemon with Pokeballs. Follow me. Oh man, look at this tutorial, guys. It's that part of the Pokemon game that's necessary every single time around, apparently. And man, they're using jump up and down. Apparently Lyra knows Splash just as Meryl does. Just like that. Huh? Was I too fast? I'll try again. Come this way. Yeah, those splashing skills were way too quick and way over my head. But here we go. Witnessing our first Pokemon battle. We're not in this one per se, but she's gonna send out Meryl and it's teaching us how to catch Pokemon, as is customary, I suppose, with Pokemon games. She's gonna very slowly take us through the process of tackling a Rattata a couple times and chucking a Pokeball at it. So, we're learning. Yeah, becoming smarter as the day goes on. All these, this part of every Pokemon game is always a little bit tedious in my opinion, but once we get past this, we can finally get started on our own stuff, finally get started doing our own thing, and have some fun. And man, she is stacked on the Pokeballs. 20 Pokeballs, and you're catching a Rattata? Oh my gosh, Lyra, that is kind of crazy, but you know what? Better safe than sorry, I suppose, because knowing some people's luck, maybe her luck, a Rattata could break out of a Pokeball 20 times, even at level 2. But there we go, she caught herself her first Pokemon, I guess, aside from Meryl. See? Just like that. It's better to lower your target's HP more than I did, or make it sleep or something. But we didn't want the tutorial to be too long. You could try all kinds of things to see what works. I'll give you these. Good luck! And with that, we have obtained a couple Pokeballs. 5, I believe. See ya! And she walks off ever so slowly. But yeah, we've gotten ourselves a, what is the button? There's the button. We've gotten ourselves a couple Pokeballs. How many exactly? I'd like to know. Yes, 5, just as I expected. And I don't know what I want to do with these Pokeballs quite yet. In fact, I want you guys to build the team this time around. I'm not entirely sure that every single team member is going to be up for vote or whatever, but I honestly have no idea what Pokemon I want to start with in this game, or what I want to build around our Gatorade. Gatorade is my favorite starter, and you guys voted on him, and I'm super glad for that, and I want you guys to be able to suggest Pokemon for the rest of the game as well. Indeed, it was so much fun in Pokemon Emerald, being able to interact with you guys and take your suggestions. You guys built like half the team there, along with a lot of the nicknames, and I would love for that to be replicated here. So, feel free, feel very free. In fact, I insist that you guys leave suggestions down below on team members that you think I should use, because really, I don't have any sort of a coherent idea this time around. How you doing, buddy? Wanted to take a break, so I saved to record my progress. Oh man, thanks for that tip. Not breaking the fourth wall whatsoever, my fine sir. And yeah, we have to go back to Cherry Grove City, so we're going to be doing that classic Pokemon thing and running into all kinds of wild Pokemon. We've got Gatorade against this Rattata right here. I don't even want to bother with it. I'm not really trying to train my Pokemon right now. I know there's plenty of training coming up for us, though, so we will have to take advantage of that instead of wasting our time over here. And, wait, how are you doing on health, Gatorade? Ah, you're fine. Who even cares? 19 HP. Good enough for me. Let me see, though. I want to check and see if this mart sells repels, because repels are probably the most important. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get one antidote at least. But, repels are probably the most important and least dispensable item in any Pokemon game ever because they take out that tedious bit of the game, running away from wild Pokemon. That is oh so annoying all the time. And oh, we could get heal balls if we wanted to catch Pokemon, but like I said, I don't know what I want quite yet. I don't know what kind of Pokemon we want on the team, so make sure you leave suggestions down below. I saw 1 or 2 telling me to get a Pidgey, and I will get a Pidgey if push comes to shove, but I want to know, do you guys want me to get a Pidgey? Do you guys want me to get a Hoot or something else? I really honestly don't know. We've got a Caterpie in front of our face, and he is looking brave, going up against our Gatorade like that with his little wormy body. Ooh, he is tempting fate.
Oh, you're wearing the running shoes. They make you feel like you're flying, don't they?
No, they make me feel like I'm running, but whatever.
But beware of wild Pokemon and trainers. When you run, the noise will attract them,
And that is actually a good tip. Apparently, running increases the appearance of wild Pokemon, and it will make trainers turn towards you. So, you can't run to ninja past them. Instead, you'll have to walk and be all stealthy about it. Let's grab another green apricorn and continue on the north pushing. I don't know language. Oh, man. Let's just run away from this Pidgey real quick and start off. Let's go ahead and walk, actually. Maybe we won't encounter... Yeah, there we go. I had faith and we did not encounter a single wild Pokemon. But here is our first trainer battle.
I just lost, so I'm trying to find more Pokemon. Wait, you look weak. Come on, let's battle.
What? Excuse me, little kid? Excuse me? I know I'm only 10, so I shouldn't be calling you a little kid, but... Youngster Joey? Oh, God. He was totally right in insulting us earlier. We've reached the final boss of the game. I don't know if we're ready for this. Youngster Joey and his top percentage Rattata are about to ruin our world. Oh man, can we even do it? So he's gonna tail whip us, those professional strategies by the one, the only Youngster Joey, and we'll just take him out with a water gun. Huh. Best trainer in the region and the final boss of the game were not quite as hard as I thought. But there we go, we've taken out the Rattata and our very first trainer battle along with leveling up. Jeez, that was a ton of experience. And, oh, we learned Rage, so we've already got a full moveset for Gatorade. Probably not going to keep this till the end of the game for obvious reasons, but we've defeated the infamous Youngster Joey.
Oh, I'm out of Pokemon that can fight.
Probably should have had more than one, and 64 Pokédollars. You're awesome, kid.
Hey, can I get your number? I'll ring you up to battle.
Whoa, we're getting asked to give Youngster Joey our number. Man, accomplishment after accomplishment in this episode. It's hard to believe that we are now registered with Youngster Joey, but we've got some more battles coming up.
You're a Pokemon trainer, right? Then you have to battle. Yeah.
Why does this guy have an old man voice? I haven't the slightest clue in the world, but he's going to send out 2 Pokemon against us, a Pidgey and probably another Pidgey. Yeah. The beginning bits of Pokemon games are kind of always like this. They're always a little bit tedious, a little bit of hand-holdiness to get your Pokemon to the proper level and stuff like that, but things will pick up, I promise. And a lot of people were telling me in the last part that HeartGold and Soul Silver are their favorite games out of the series, including the brand new X and Y. So I cannot wait to get into this. Personally, I love this generation so much. Well, second generation. I guess the remakes only built on that and made it better. But I love Johto. I love every single aspect of this generation. Well, maybe not every single aspect, but you know what I'm saying. This is going to be an awesome adventure, and getting into it is going to be a heck of a lot of fun. So let's take out that Rattata, and Youngster Mikey, you're nothing compared to Youngster Joey.
That's strange. I won before.
What was his voice before? I don't even know. We're gonna send some money to Mom, though, and that's how it works. After every single battle, you will send a little bit of dinero to your mother, and, ooh, hello. You are interestingly designed compared to the other, trainers we've faced so far. I'm not a trainer. But you do have a number, right? Right? Oh, man, I'm so smooth. But if you look one in the eyes, prepare to battle. And once again, that's that classic Pokemon rule of look at a trainer, and apparently you have to battle them coming into play, which doesn't really make any sense whatsoever, but I'm not going to complain about it. I'm instead going to walk through a bunch of grass and probably encounter some... Oh my gosh, wow, the luck is incredible right now. Dark Cave. If a Pokemon could light it up, I'd explore it. Well, that's you know. I would rather just go home and watch somebody else explore it on the old television, but yeah, this is Dark Cave, and we could explore this at the moment. Except for the fact that everything in here is, as you might expect, dark. You can actually, it's a lot easier to get around in this generation than it was in the second gen Gold, Silver, and Crystal, because in that generation, everything was pitch black in there, and you had to have Flash to know where you were going. But you could make it around in there, but I'll just wait until we have Flash, or at least until it's a bit easier. And there we go, we've got ourselves a bulk apricorn, which we're gonna throw in our handy-dandy little bag, and talk to this dude who's chilling next to this tree.
Huh? I walked too far today looking for Pokemon. My feet hurt and I'm sleepy. If I were a wild Pokemon, I'd be easy to catch.
Okay, then. Walking away, let's just grab ourselves this Pokeball, and we might have... Oh, no, I was gonna say we doomed ourselves to fight this bug catcher right here, but that is not the case, in fact. Instead, we can just walk right around this fool and encounter... What are we encountering? A Caterpie! Hooray! So we missed the bug catcher, and we got punished by having to fight bugs. Oh, man. Well, Gatorade is right next to a level up, so maybe we'll just take this thing out and get ourselves a level 9 alligator thing. Aw, dang it. Came so close to destroying that, but we're not even gonna feel this tackle. Gatorade throwing his arms out to the side like, stop! It's useless. All of your attacks are in vain, and indeed they are as we take out that Caterpie and level up to level 9. Now, what have we got? Ooh, that defense stat is looking... Actually, you know what? I'm going to check Gatorade's nature real quick. Hold on. What nature are you, my friend? You are... I actually have no idea where to find this. Where's the nature? Lax nature. I have no idea what that does. If it was like adamant or impish or something, I would understand. But lax? Okay, I guess we'll live with it. And wow, now we have a Metapod. Did you guys see that animation? It wiggled its little horn thing on the back of it. That is absolutely disgusting. I thought Metapod was supposed to be, like, completely just solid, but apparently not.
Found a good Pokemon in Dark Cave. I'm gonna raise it to take on Faulkner. He's the leader of Violet City's gym.
You probably found a Zubat, my friend, and Zubat is okay, but probably not going to be able to take on a gym all by its lonesome. You must be an adventuring trainer. Did you challenge the Pokemon gym yet? No, this is my first time through here, and Lyra's here. How did we get in front of you? I knew it was you, Brian. How did you get past me? That's exactly what I'm saying. Here's something neat for surprising me, Brian. And we get a versus recorder for apparently walking faster than this girl. The versus recorder can record your Pokemon battles. I have to go now. I won't let you pass me again. Let's go, Meryl. And there goes Meryl using Splash once again, pro strategy. And apparently Lyra is past us, and when she's past us, she is way past us, because we're not going to find her for a while. I care about the traditional buildings around here. That's why even the Pokemart and Pokemon Center are painted a bit somberly to blend in. And that's a really, really nice detail. As you guys can see, we've got this more, burgundy sort of color to the roof of this Pokemon Center instead of the traditional bright, bright red. And here's the Pokemon School. Earl will show us all there is to Pokemon. Or not. Oh man, it's the middle of the summer, man. I don't feel like going to school right now. We don't need no education. Instead, let's head on over straight to the gym because Gatorade is gonna take them on. Are you Faulkner? You look awfully, gruff, a little bit unkempt to be a gym leader.
Yo, champ in the making. You must be here to challenge Faulkner, the gym leader, right? You are quite welcome.
Almost. Oh, it's this guy who's gonna be, like, super supportive of us, right?
The city has a tower called the Sprout Tower where trainers come to train themselves. Challenging Faulkner may be too difficult if you haven't gone through their training. Ha ha ha!
Excuse me! Excuse me, every single other game, this guy is super supportive of everything you do, and he's like, yeah, you can do it, champ in the making. I know that you can beat this gym leader, no problem. But in this game, he's telling us we're not good enough to challenge the gym yet. What is this? Are you as mad as I am, Gatorade? Gatorade looks very happy. You're a traitor. Anyway, yes, we do indeed have to come up here and challenge the Sprout Tower. What does it say on this sign here? On the back, apparently, it says Sprout Tower. Experience the way of Pokemon to do something. To cast aside your doubts. Alright. But yeah, we do have to challenge this very, very cool looking building here before we can take on the Pokemon Gym here in Violet City. So, you have any tips for us taking on this Sprout Tower with these very, very artistic looking Bellsprout statues here?
A Bellsprout's over 100 feet tall. People say that it became the middle pillar here.
Does that look like a Bellsprout to you? Because it looks like a giant, badly constructed piece of wood to me. I don't know, though. See the pillar shaking? People are training upstairs. And we're all gonna die because they want to be stronger.
Sprout Tower was built long ago as a place for Pokemon training.
Yes, I got that right. I keep skipping the text by accident. My bad.
Only those who reach the top will receive a wonderful move.
Ooh, is it Splash? Can I be just like Lyra and her Meryl? But here we go in Sprout Tower, and there actually are wild Pokemon here. So, we might have a bit of a challenge going on.
However hard we battle, the tower will stand strong.
And here we are with the first battle of Sprout Tower against one of these monks who suddenly grew a tiny bit of hair, apparently. We are challenged by Sage Nico, and that is a sick-looking necklace there, my friend. Here comes the Bellsprout, though, looking ready for battle, but not ready for this scratch. How much damage is this going to do? Bellsprout is pretty dang frail, so even a... Oh, this is a problem. That was a crit, and it did 8 damage. Oh, man. We might actually... Oh, gosh. I'm dumb! We have a pure Water-type Pokemon, and we're facing off against a bunch of trainers with pure Grass-type Pokemon that have Vine Whip and all kinds of stuff. Oh, my gosh! I should have caught that Pidgey. You guys were right. Okay. After this battle, we'll head out just east of Violet City or whatever, and we will catch ourselves a Pidgey. Wow. We might not even have to, actually. But just to be safe, we will catch ourselves a Pidgey, and we'll use it at least for the time being. And if you guys want to keep it, then we can go ahead and keep it. Because we're facing off against a bunch of grass Pokemon, and our defense is super high, and all these things are going to know is Vine Whip as far as I know. So maybe we would be alright going up the tower with just Gatorade, because this is doing like 2 damage. I mean, seriously. And the highest level things in here are like level 7 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. With that, though, we'll level up to level 10, and I'll go catch that Pidgey just to be safe, because I don't want Gatorade going through any kind of stress that he doesn't have to go through. Absolutely have to. You know what I'm talking about?
I fought hard, but I'm too weak.
Probably because your arm is sore from holding up that necklace like that all day. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Anyway, let's go catch a Pidgey. Alright, and with that, we have found ourselves a level 3 female Pidgey over here. Let's chuck a Pokeball at it, see if we can't get it this very first try. If we can't, I'm actually going to be pretty disappointed. And there we go. We've caught ourselves our first wild Pokemon, a Pidgey. Oh, man. So that's going to add Pidgey's data to our Pokedex, and what do we know about this thing? It's a pigeon, it probably poops everywhere with no regard for people walking by. It usually hides in tall grass. Because it dislikes fighting, it protects itself by kicking up sand. Ooh, the tiny bird Pokemon. If that's not intimidating, well, that's really not intimidating. I was going to say I don't know what is, but... Oh man, also the problem of nicknames. It's not so much a problem because nicknaming Pokemon is super fun. Except that I'm not the most creative fellow in the world. So, if you guys have a nickname for this Pidgey, be sure to leave it down below. I will look at all the suggestions and I'll probably take the best one out of the comments section or the one that is most requested or something like that. For now though, we will have at least like a temporary nickname to go on this thing. What do we want? Alright, just about all I can think of at the moment, because we haven't encountered a Flappy yet, we're gonna go with Flappy. Flappy the Pidgey, why not? That's always, I imagine Pidgey always just was really erratic with its movements, always flapping around its wings and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get Flappy the Pidgey, and I'm actually gonna train this thing up a little bit real quick. And with that, we have trained up Flappy just a little bit, only to level 7. I didn't want to get too over-leveled for this early in the game, but I know that Flappy's going to learn, like, Gust or something like that sometime soon. I'm not sure exactly the level, and it definitely would be nice having a Flying-type move against the Sprout Tower. But with that, let's just head back in here and get started on this for real. Now that all our oversights are taken care of, now that Gatorade is going to be safe with his little Flappy Bird by his side, we can get started on this and apparently get ambushed by wild Pokemon right off the bat. What a surprise. So, we've got a Rattata here, and I believe, this, and can other things appear here? I really don't even know what appears here in the Sprout Tower, because usually it's not that much of a problem for me. Like, if you walk and you take it slowly and you make sure to take on all your trainers and eat your fruits and vegetables, you should probably be fine here. Really, the wild Pokemon are more of an annoyance than, like, a threat to your Pokemon's health, because it's weak stuff, it's Rattata, it's just generally Pokemon you don't have to worry about like that. But we've got really, really cool trainer encounter music.
We stand guard in this tower. Here, we express our gratitude to show our respect for all Pokemon.
Well, you can respect Gatorade real quick because he is coming to kick your butt, my friend, and you are holding up that necklace just as your buddy out there was. As we go up the tower, maybe the trainers get a little bit more difficult, maybe they don't, I don't know. Regardless, though, we can just scratch this thing, and it should be pretty much a 2-hit KO on anything that we face off with in the Sprout Tower, so maybe Flappy wasn't the most necessary addition to the team, but that's okay. That is alright, because you guys asked me to catch a Pidgey. Tell me down below if you want me to keep it, and of course, suggestions as always, but we're taking on Bellsprout after Bellsprout after Bellsprout after... Oh my gosh, guess what? Another Bellsprout, and that's pretty much all this tower is destroying thousands upon thousands of Bellsprouts, and I don't know, Bellsprout's actually pretty cool. He's like the original derp Pokemon. Look at that face, my man. Oh, it's so ridiculous, and when it evolves into Weeping Bell, it gets even derpier, so there is no possible Pokemon that could counter this original derpitude, but Bellsprout's actually pretty funny. Its final evolution, Victory Bell, in the anime was always hilarious, and man, I've got so many good memories of the Pokemon anime. If you didn't know, Victory Bell, like, ate James every once in a while, and it was hilarious, but I rewatched an episode of the Pokemon anime just a couple days ago. It's the one where, it was the, like, Diglett episode where they're at the power plant, or was it the power plant? I don't quite remember even. Man, shows you how good my short-term memory is, but it was like at a power plant, and this guy was trying to hit Diglets with a mallet, and it was so hilarious.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'll take that money. If you need me to do you that favor again, I'll do it anytime. Just call me up. But, the Pokemon anime is just so charming and so hilarious, and the fact that I took it super seriously when I was a kid is funny to me, because going back and trying to watch it again today, a lot of it is just so corny and so ridiculous, but it has that charm to it, you know? It's so much fun. Anyway,
I sway like leaves in the wind.
Please tell me this guy's not going to break out the interpretive dance or something like that, because... you look ridiculous enough in those robes, buddy. Actually, those robes are pretty cool. And like I said, the music here in Sprout Tower is pretty awesome, and the trainer encounter music here as well is pretty swiggity. Along with that, I couldn't think of a proper adjective to describe it there, but let's just scratch our way through yet another Bellsprout. In fact, if there are too many more trainer encounters here, I'm probably just going to be cutting them out, because you can probably guess what they're going to consist of. You've got Bellsprout, and as a Victory Bell, this thing isn't that bad. I mean, it's got decent attacking stats, but I don't know if it has any fantastic grass moves to go along with those. The thing about Bellsprout is it's really, really frail. Like, it can't take this scratch worth crap, even though our Gatorade is not the most physically offensive in the world. I'm gonna have to look up what a lax nature does after this episode, because I'm really not sure. Every nature, if you didn't know, boosts one stat and lowers another, and there are some natures that like boost and lower the same stat, so it really doesn't have any effect on your Pokemon stat spread or anything like that. But there are some natures that would be good for certain Pokemon and bad for other Pokemon. Like an adamant nature would raise attack, and that would be pretty good for our Gatorade here, because Gatorade is indeed a physical attacker, and we can finally take advantage of that. The physical special split has happened by the time this game came around, so physical seeming moves will actually be physical. And there we go, get ourselves some more money, send that money to mom. Oh yeah, we getting that paper, we storing it in our piggy bank. We are just all over the place, and we have got some more Bellsprouts. Oh boy. At least we've got this potion to survive through all these Vine Whips, and I don't think... Nope, can't sneak past this guy, unfortunately.
I train to find enlightenment in Pokemon.
So you train with the dumbest looking Pokemon. Alright, sure, makes sense.
Sage Jin has been defeated. This little squirt sure made me hurt.
Oh man, you rhymed and you made a pun. Squirt, get it? Because I'm using a water Pokemon? Oh boy. Well, there's the first terrible pun that we've got going on, and things are starting to get a bit intense here in the Sprout Tower, because that Bellsprout was level 6, and it was actually doing damage to me. I mean, for a super effective move, like 8 damage or whatever it was doing, wasn't that incredible, but it's certainly more than the 2 we were suffering before.
The eldest TM lights even pitch black darkness.
Oh, I thought we were going to have a double battle there for a minute, but evidently I'm a little bit mistaken about this game's mechanics. Instead, we're facing off with yet another Bellsprout at level 6. Oh boy.
It is my head that is bright.
Excuse me? If you were that bright, you would not have gone up against the one, the only Gatorade with nothing but a Bellsprout. Let's take on this last guy here, because why not?
Let me see how much you trust your Pokemon.
Alright, here we go. And this actually is a decent segue into something I'd like to talk about just a little bit. I trust my Pokemon a heck of a lot, my sagey friend over there. You can tell because Gatorade is out here outside of his Pokeball just chilling right next to me, and we have got that bond, that unbreakable bond, and this thing is using growth. That's actually kind of scary, but yeah, Gatorade is outside of his Pokeball, and that is a feature that was implemented in this game and never brought back in any future Pokemon game, which is super, like, I don't even have a word for it. It's really disappointing, honestly, because having a Pokemon follow behind you was so, it made you feel attached to that Pokemon, and it made you feel like you were in the world, seeing Pokemon, like, all over the place, just every city with behind trainers and stuff like that. It's just such a cool feature, honestly, and that is really hard to argue. What is the 60 on Bite? Let's go ahead and get rid of Rage. Rage is kind of terrible, but yeah, being able to have your Pokemon follow you is a really, really cool feature, and they haven't brought it back. You figured they might have in X and Y, because they definitely could have, but they didn't, and it's really, really unfortunate. But we do indeed trust our Pokemon enough to take down this Hoot over here. Let's use our newfangled Bite and see how much damage that does. Whoa, way more than Scratch would have done, probably, and Hypnosis. Of course, now Gatorade's taking a nap. What can we even do when this thing... Okay, wake up, Gatorade. No, your eyes are open. You're staring at it. You're making your little Totodile noises and throwing your arms out to the side. You can't be asleep. No, please, wake up. Yeah, Hoot is actually a really cool Pokemon. I love the design of its final evolution at the very least. I don't know how useful it would be in-game all the way through, but it's a really, really cool design Pokemon, I think. Apparently, its foot, like, keeps jumping in. It has 2 feet, but it keeps hopping from one to the other repeatedly so quickly that you can't even see it. Some Pokemon, or Pokedex descriptions of these Pokemon are a little bit ridiculous, but there we go. We defeated Sage Troy. Yes, your trust is real. You better believe it is, my friend. So let's go ahead and potion our Gatorade real quick, because he is... not exactly in dire straits, but he's a little bit weak at the moment. And with that, we can move on to... Is that... Luke's here! Get out of here, man! This is my tower!
You showed us what you've got, and it is indeed good. Take this technical machine. However, you should care more about your Pokemon, you jerk! The way you treat your Pokemon can be too harsh. Remember, Pokemon are not tools of war.
Except Wartortle, am I right? I'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
He calls himself the Elder, but he was no match for me. Sure enough, those who lecture how you should be nice to Pokemon, they cannot defeat me. All I care about are strong Pokemon that win every time. The rest of them don't mean anything to me.
And he used an escape rope. He's gonna spin and fly out of the tower. Man, that guy's talented. But Luke apparently is a bigger jerk than we even envisioned. The only Pokemon that matter to him are the ones that are strong enough to defeat enemies. Man, look at this Totodile's face. Look at Gatorade's cute little face, and you cannot believe that for real.
So good of you to come here. Sprout Tower is a place of training. People and Pokemon test their bonds to build a bright future together. I am the final test. Allow me to check the ties between you and your Pokemon.
And this is the Elder of Bellsprout Tower, who actually looks like his overworld sprite. We are challenged by Elder Lee, and I really, really like that robe, man. Yeah, where'd you get that? Did you get it, like, at a discount at the Goodwill or something? Because if you did, I might have to head down there soon and get me some of that, because it is quite stylish. Now, this guy doesn't have that, unique of a strategy, and it looks like Flappy wasn't even a necessary addition to the team, but we've got her chilling in the back anyway. And we can bite this Bellsprout because he's cocky. He didn't think that we were gonna 2-hit KO him with that bite. That, oh, so strong, unbeatable bite. But Gatorade had other plans. Look at them strong jaws, man. Gatorade might be comical. He might be goofy. He might have that crazy kind of voice, but he is not messing around, and he is taking these Bellsprouts out left and right. Please use growth. Yes, it did! Ah, man, Pokemon AI sometimes. Not the brightest in the world. Even though that other guy said his head was bright, nah, that's not quite the case. They're gonna use growth, they're gonna fall into the floor, and we are gonna level up to level 14. Oh, man. We might be a tad bit over-leveled for this point in the game, but I don't mind. I'm okay with having that much power under the belt. And he's going to go to Hoot Hoot. So this guy Lee and that other one, what was his name? Troy? Who have Hoot Hoots, they are the odd ones out in the Sprout Tower. Like, it's the Sprout Tower, man. You're only supposed to have sprouts, and I don't know about you, but this Hoot Hoot does not look like a sprout to me. I don't know. Maybe that little foot sticking out of his butt there is actually a sprout secretly, and Hoot Hoot's anatomy is just really, really strange, but somehow I feel like that's not the case, and I'm glad that we have got Water Gun, because this thing's trying to weaken us with Growl, but Water Gun is a special attack, as opposed to Bite, which in the 3rd gen would have been a special attack, is now a physical attack, and it's so good being able to use attacks that seem physical in a physical manner, and special attacks in a special manner. It just feels good, you know? The universe has righted itself. The physical special split has occurred, and everything is restored to balance, and that did absolutely nothing. Maybe Hoot Hoot is specially defensive and I just don't know it. Let's go back to Bite. Should be able to take this thing out, and that will do it. For the Sprout Tower, we have proven ourselves stronger than a bunch of frail, very skinny little flowers, and I am proud of us. With that, we've defeated Lee.
Oh, excellent! Yeah!
Whoa, he is loaded, man. Maybe he's retired or something, because he is just stacked with the Pokédollars.
Well, your battle is quite, elegant. Should be able to stand up to Faulkner, and you should be able to make good use of this. It's a technical machine called Flash. Take it with you.
And we've got TM70 Flash. That's right, it's not an HM, but a TM in this game and beyond.
When a Pokemon learns Flash, you can illuminate caves no matter how dark they may be. You can try it on Bellsprout, for example. Did I mention I love Bellsprout? Oh, the flower of my dreams.
But with that, we have defeated Sprout Tower. We can use this escape rope to get the heck out of here. And we are here in Violet City, prepared to take on the first Pokemon gym. So, that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon HeartGold. I'd like to thank you all very, very much for watching. As always, I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time where we take on the gym of Violet City, which is going to be right up here. Let's put off healing the Pokemon for just a moment. It will be this awesome looking building over here against Violet City's Faulkner, the elegant master of flying Pokemon. So once again, thank you all very, very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating would be very, very greatly appreciated. With that, let's get ready to take on the first Pokemon gym of the Johto region. See you guys then.